This time last year, I was literally still playing professional hockey. Now, a year later, I am running my own creative strategy and social media management company. Right now, I'm walking through the streets of New York City. It's 12:08 in the afternoon. I just had a nice coffee. Working from my phone all day, working from my computer all day. If you would have told me while I was still playing pro hockey that this is what my life would be 1 year later, I would have maybe laughed at you and told you were crazy. It's funny how things work out. And to a certain extent, I feel somewhat called and drawn to start sharing this story and sharing my story, because I feel like a lot of athletes, not only at the professional level, but at the college level or any competitive athlete, kind of struggles with transitioning out of sports once it's time for them to take the next step in life. And they don't really know where to go or what to do next. This is why it's extremely important to have other passions, other hobbies, and other creative outlets besides just the sport that you play. So that way, when it is time to be done playing your sport full time, that you have an avenue to take and you're not just kind of lost in no man's land, like, okay, well, now what do I do? What's next? Through networking with the right people, putting myself out there, taking a lot of risks, and really putting my foot down and going all in on, what I wanted to do, I've been able to create this amazing situation for myself. I could travel around where I want to travel. I can work when I want to work. At the end of the day, I just created a lot of freedom for myself. Not only that, but, I'm doing something I really enjoy doing. Look at how nice this little nursery is I'm walking through right now in the city. So yeah, I think I'm going to start diving deeper into this story, telling my story, really going into the details of how I've been able to transition out of sports into business, because it's not easy, and it wasn't easy for me. It's a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of contemplating in your head, a lot of overthinking, a lot of wondering if you're making the right decisions. But if you have a good relationship with God and a good relationship with yourself, you'll be able to find your way. God has a plan for each and every one of us. And if you're finding yourself at that crossroad of transitioning out of sports or transitioning from one thing to the other, rediscover some of your other passions, hobbies, things that you enjoy doing, things that you're good at. Because for me, I knew I wasn't sitting behind a desk. I knew I wasn't going to get that 9 to 5. So I really had to work hard to figure out what I was going to do to be able to provide for myself and create the life that I want to create without having that security of a job. Yeah, this is just a brief little yap while I'm walking through the city, but I'm going to continue building off this. And any questions that you might have, leave them in the comments.